Captain Lisa Martinez stood at the window of the space station and looked out at the stars. She had never seen anything like this before. The station was huge, bigger than any building on Earth. Strange lights moved along its walls, and she could hear soft music coming from somewhere far away. "Are you ready for this?" Jake Thompson asked. He was the communications officer on her ship. His job was to talk to the aliens and make sure everyone understood each other. "I think so," Lisa said. She touched the small device on her ear that would help her understand the alien language. "This is what we trained for." Amy Rodriguez walked up to them. She was in charge of keeping everyone safe. "The aliens are coming," she said. "I can see their ship." The alien ship was beautiful. It looked like it was made of crystal and light. It moved without making any sound. Lisa watched it dock with the station. Soon, the aliens would walk through those doors, and everything would change. Dr. Zethkar was nervous. He had studied humans for many years, but he had never met one face to face. He was tall and thin, and his skin looked like blue glass. When he was excited or worried, lights would flash under his skin. "Remember," he told his team, "humans are very different from us. They keep most of their senses in their heads. We must be careful not to scare them." Click-Tell, his assistant, made a clicking sound. This was how his people laughed. "They look so strange in the pictures," he said. "How do they balance with only 2 legs?" The doors opened, and the humans walked in. Lisa Martinez led the group. She was shorter than Dr. Zethkar expected, but she moved with confidence. Jake Thompson carried a small computer, and Amy Rodriguez kept looking around the room as if she was checking for danger. "Welcome," Dr. Zethkar said. His voice was soft and musical. "I am Dr. Zethkar. We are very happy to meet you." Lisa smiled. "Thank you for inviting us. I am Captain Lisa Martinez. This is Jake Thompson and Amy Rodriguez." The meeting room was round with a high ceiling. The walls showed pictures of different planets and stars. The aliens had prepared chairs for the humans, though they looked strange and uncomfortable. Dr. Zethkar studied the humans as they sat down. Their eyes moved constantly, looking at everything in the room. They turned their heads to follow sounds. When Click-Tell dropped his datapad, all 3 humans looked at it immediately. "That is interesting," Dr. Zethkar thought. They all heard it at the same time. The formal meeting began. Jake Thompson used his computer to help translate. The aliens wanted to know about Earth and human culture. The humans wanted to know about the galaxy and other worlds. "Your species is very young," Dr. Zethkar said. "Most races in the galaxy are much older. We have been traveling between stars for thousands of years." "We are still learning," Lisa said, "but we are eager to explore and make friends." Amy Rodriguez suddenly turned her head toward the door. "Someone is coming," she said. The aliens looked confused. Their sensors showed nothing. But a few seconds later, another alien entered the room. Dr. Zethkar's lights flashed with surprise. "How did you know?" he asked Amy. Amy looked puzzled. "I heard footsteps," she said. But Dr. Zethkar knew that was impossible. The walls were too thick, and the door was sealed. Yet somehow the human had known. During the lunch break, the aliens watched the humans eat. The humans used their hands to pick up food. They smelled it before eating. They seemed to enjoy the taste of everything. "They use so many senses at once," Click-Tell observed. "Look how they turn their heads when they chew. They are listening to the food." Dr. Zethkar nodded. Their heads contain most of their sensory organs: eyes, ears, nose, mouth. It is a very unusual design. Jake Thompson was trying to fix his computer when it started making a high-pitched sound. All the humans in the room winced and covered their ears. The aliens heard nothing, What is wrong? Dr. Zethkar asked. The computer is making a terrible noise, Jake said. He pressed some buttons, and the sound stopped. There, that's better. But the aliens' instruments showed no sound at all. Whatever. The humans were hearing. It was beyond their ability to detect. The afternoon session was about technology. The humans showed the aliens some of their machines. The aliens were impressed by human creativity, but they noticed something strange. The humans seemed to know when their machines were not working properly, even before any alarms went off. The engine sounds different today, Amy mentioned casually while demonstrating a small motor. Dr. Zethkar scanned the engine. It was working perfectly. But when he looked closer, he found a tiny problem that would not show up for several more hours. How did you know? He asked. Amy shrugged. It just sounded wrong. As the day ended, Dr. Zethkar felt more confused than ever. The humans seemed to know things they should not know. They heard sounds that did not exist. They sensed people coming through solid walls. They detected problems in machines before any instruments could find them. Something is very unusual about these humans, he told Click-Tell as they watched the humans return to their ship. Do you think they are dangerous? Click-Tell asked. Dr. Zethkar watched Captain Martinez walk away. She moved with perfect balance, never stumbling despite the station's artificial gravity being different from Earth's. She paused at the doorway and looked back, as if she knew they were watching her. I do not think they are dangerous, he said slowly, but I think they are much more interesting than we realized. That night, Dr. Zethkar could not sleep. He kept thinking about the humans and their strange abilities. Tomorrow, he would ask if he could study them more closely. He had a feeling that humans were hiding a secret, even from themselves. The first day of contact was over, but Dr. Zethkar knew that the real discoveries were just beginning. Dr. Zethkar arrived at the laboratory early the next morning. He had not slept well. His mind kept thinking about the humans and their strange behavior. He needed to understand what made them different. Good morning, Doctor, Click-Tell said. As he entered the lab, the humans agreed to your request. They will let us scan them today. Dr. Zethkar felt excited. His skin flashed with blue and green lights. Excellent. Have you prepared the scanning equipment? Yes, Doctor. But I must warn you, our scanners are very sensitive. They might detect things the humans do not know about themselves. Captain Martinez arrived with her team an hour later. She looked around the laboratory with interest. The room was filled with strange machines that hummed and glowed. Thank you for agreeing to this, Dr. Zethkar said. We want to understand human biology better. It will help us work together. What exactly will you be scanning? Jake Thompson asked. He looked nervous about the alien machines. We will scan your brain, your nervous system, and your sensory organs. Dr. Zethkar explained. The process is completely safe. You will only feel a slight tingling sensation. Amy Rodriguez stepped forward first. I'll go first, she said. If anything goes wrong, at least the others will know. She sat in the scanning chair. The machine looked like a large metal flower that opened around her head. Lights began to flash, and the humming grew louder. Dr. Zethkar watched the results appear on his screen. At first, everything looked normal. The human brain was smaller than his own, but it was very active. Then he saw something that made him stop. That cannot be right, he said. What is it? Click-Tell asked. Look at these readings. The human inner ear is not just for hearing and balance. It is detecting gravitational waves, electromagnetic fields, and quantum vibrations. Amy sat very still in the chair. Is everything okay? She asked. Yes, everything is fine, Dr. Zethkar said, but his voice was shaking. Can you tell me what you are feeling right now? Amy closed her eyes. I can feel the station moving slightly. The artificial gravity is not quite steady. There is a small vibration coming from the engine room, and ... double quotes, she paused. There is a ship approaching the station. It will arrive in about 10 minutes. Dr. Zethkar looked at his instruments. The station was perfectly stable, according to his readings. But when he checked the engine room, he found a tiny imbalance that his machines had not detected. And when he contacted the control center, they confirmed that a supply ship was indeed approaching. "How did you know all that?" he asked Amy. "I just felt it," she said. "The same way you feel when you are about to fall, or when someone is watching you." Jake Thompson went next. The scanners showed the same results. His inner ear was like a complex computer that was constantly measuring the world around him. "Think of a number," Dr. Zethkar said. "Why?" Jake asked. "Just try it. Think of any number." Jake closed his eyes. 7. Dr. Zethkar looked at his screen. The scanners showed that Jake's brain was responding to quantum fluctuations in the air. These tiny changes were influencing his thoughts in ways he did not understand. "Now think of a color," Dr. Zethkar said. "Blue." The scanners showed that Jake was detecting electromagnetic radiation that was invisible to the alien equipment. His brain was translating these signals into the concept of blue. Captain Martinez was the last to be scanned. Her results were the most interesting of all. Not only did she have the same abilities as the others, but she seemed to be able to control them better. "Captain," Dr. Zethkar said, "I want you to try something. Close your eyes and tell me how many people are in the next room." Lisa closed her eyes and was quiet for a moment. 3 people, she said. "One is very tall, one is medium height, and one is small." Dr. Zethkar checked with the next room. There were indeed 3 aliens there, exactly as Lisa had described. "How did you do that?" he asked. "I listened to their breathing," Lisa said. "I could hear their heartbeats. The tall one breathes slower than the others, and the small one has a faster heart rate." But Dr. Zethkar knew that wasn't possible. The walls were too thick for sound to pass through. Yet somehow, Lisa was detecting the life signs of the people in the next room. "Doctor," Clicktel said quietly, "I think we need to understand what this means." Double quotes. Dr. Zethkar nodded. He was beginning to realize that humans were not just another species. They were something special. "Captain Martinez," he said, "I need to ask you something important. When you were children, did you ever know things you should not have known?" Lisa thought for a moment. "Sometimes. My mother used to say I had good instincts. I could tell when people were lying, or when something bad was about to happen." "And you, Jake?" Dr. Zethkar asked. "I was always good at finding things," Jake said. "Lost keys, missing people, hidden objects. I just seemed to know where to look." "Amy?" "I could sense danger," Amy said. "Even as a child, I knew when something was wrong. My parents thought I was just a nervous kid, but I was usually right." Dr. Zethkar felt a chill run through his body. "You all have what we call resonance sensors," he said. "Your inner ears are not just for hearing and balance. They are incredibly sophisticated detection systems." "Detection systems for what?" Lisa asked. "Everything," Dr. Zethkar said. "You can detect changes in gravity, electromagnetic fields, quantum vibrations, and even the bioelectric fields of living beings. What you call intuition or instinct is actually your brain processing information from these sensors." The 3 humans looked at each other in amazement. "Are you saying we're all psychic?" Jake asked. "Not psychic," Dr. Zethkar explained. "But you have natural abilities that most species need machines to duplicate. Your evolution gave you senses that we can barely understand." Amy stood up from the scanning chair. "This is why we survived as a species, isn't it? We could sense predators, natural disasters, and other dangers. Exactly, Dr. Zethkar said. And it explains why humans are such good pilots, explorers, and problem solvers. You are constantly processing information about your environment that other species cannot detect. Lisa felt overwhelmed. What does this mean for us? For humanity? Dr. Zethkar's skin flashed with worried colors. It means that humans are more valuable than we thought, and that might not be a good thing. Why not? Amy asked. Because there are species in the galaxy who would want to use these abilities for war, Dr. Zethkar said. If they learn about your resonance sensors, they might try to capture humans or force you to fight for them. The room became very quiet. The humans realized that their gift might also be a curse. What should we do? Lisa asked. For now, we keep this secret, Dr. Zethkar said. But we must prepare for the possibility that others will discover what we have learned. As the humans left the laboratory, Dr. Zethkar watched them go. They walked differently now, more aware of their surroundings. They had learned something important about themselves, but they had also learned that knowledge could be dangerous. Clicktel approached him. Doctor, what if the wrong people find out about this? Dr. Zethkar looked at the data from the scans. The information was incredible, but it was also terrifying. Then the galaxy is about to become a much more dangerous place, he said. General Vexther stood in his command center and read the report for the third time. His red eyes glowed with excitement as he studied the information about human resonance sensors. Are you certain this data is accurate? He asked his intelligence. Officer, yes, General. Our spy in the Federation confirmed it. The humans can detect things that our best sensors cannot find. Vexther was the leader of the Kethmori Empire's military forces. His people had been at war with the Federation for decades. They were always looking for new weapons and advantages. Imagine what we could do with this technology, he said. Our soldiers could detect enemy movements before they happen. Our ships could find hidden bases. We could win every battle. But General, the humans are not machines. They are living beings with their own thoughts and feelings. Vexther turned to face his officer. His skin was dark red, almost black, and covered with sharp spines. Then we will convince them to help us, or we will make them help us. Meanwhile, on the human ship Aurora, Chief Engineer Bobby Chun was working on the engine systems. Something strange was happening, and he could not figure out what it was. Jake, can you come down here? He called over the communication system. Jake Thompson arrived in the engine room a few minutes later. What's wrong? He asked. The engines are running better than they ever have, Bobby said. But I haven't changed anything. Look at these readings. Jake studied the computer screen. The engines were indeed running at peak efficiency. All the systems were perfectly balanced. Maybe it's because we're all here, Jake suggested. Ever since we learned about our resonance sensors, I've been noticing things differently. Bobby looked thoughtful. You might be right. Yesterday, I was working on the navigation computer, and I could feel when it was about to make an error. I fixed problems before they happened. And I've been able to tune the communication systems just by listening to them, Jake added. It's like I can hear what frequency they want to use. Amy Rodriguez entered the engine room. Captain Martinez wants to see everyone in the meeting room, she said. We just received a message from the Federation. The 3 humans made their way to the meeting room. Captain Martinez was already there, looking worried. I just spoke with Admiral Killenth, she said. Word about our abilities has spread through the Federation. Some species are excited to work with us, but others are concerned. Concerned about what? Bobby asked. About the balance of power in the galaxy, Lisa explained. Our resonance sensors give us advantages that other species don't have. Some of them feel threatened. Jake sat down heavily in his chair. So what do we do? The Federation is calling an emergency council meeting, Lisa said. They want to discuss how to handle this situation. Amy looked out the window at the stars. I have a bad feeling about this, she said. Something is coming. Something dangerous. What do you mean? Lisa asked. I can't explain it, Amy said, but I feel like we're being watched. Like someone is planning something. At that moment, the ship's alarm began to sound. The lights flashed red, and a voice came over the speakers. All crew to battle stations. Unknown ships approaching. The humans rushed to the bridge. On the main screen, they could see several dark ships moving toward them. The ships were sleek and black, with no markings. Those are Kethmori ships, Lisa said, but they're not supposed to be in this sector. Amy closed her eyes and concentrated. There are 12 ships, she said. No, 13. One is hidden behind the others. The ship's sensors showed only 12 ships, but Amy was right. The 13th ship was using a cloaking device. How did you know? The ship's computer officer asked. I can feel the gravitational disturbance, Amy said. It's very small, but it's there. Jake was working at his communication station. I'm picking up their transmissions, he said. They're talking about capturing us alive. Can you understand what they're saying? Lisa asked. Not the words, but I can sense their emotions through the radio waves. They're excited and determined. Bobby was at the engineering station. Captain, I think I can boost our engines beyond normal limits. My resonance sensors are telling me how to optimize the power flow. Do it, Lisa ordered. The Aurora began to move faster than it had ever moved before. The crew could feel the ship responding to their presence as if it was alive. They're following us, Amy reported. But they're having trouble keeping up. Where can we go? Jake asked. Lisa closed her eyes and reached out with her senses. She could feel the nearby star systems, the gravity wells of planets, and the flow of space itself. There's an asteroid field 2 light years from here, she said. We can hide. There. Captain, our navigation computer says that asteroid field is too dangerous, the computer officer said. Trust me, Lisa said. I can feel a safe path through it. The Aurora entered the asteroid field at high speed. The rocks were huge and moving in complex patterns. Any normal ship would have been destroyed in minutes, but Lisa guided them through the field as if she had been there before. She could sense the movement of every asteroid, predict their paths, and find the safe spaces between them. This is incredible, Bobby said. The ship is responding to our thoughts. It's not our thoughts, Amy realized. It's our resonance sensors. We're unconsciously detecting the ship's systems and helping them work better. The Kethmori ships tried to follow them into the asteroid field, but they were not as skilled. 2 of them crashed into asteroids. The others gave up the chase. We're safe for now, Lisa said, but they know where we are. They'll be back with more ships. Jake was still monitoring the enemy communications. I'm getting more transmissions, he said. They're calling for reinforcements. And they're talking about something called Operation Human Hunt. They want to capture us, Amy said. They think they can use our abilities for their war. Bobby looked worried. If they capture humans, they might be able to study us and create artificial resonance sensors. Or force us to fight for them, Lisa added. The crew was quiet for a moment. They were beginning to understand that their discovery had changed everything. They were no longer just explorers meeting new species. They were potential weapons in a galactic war. We need to warn the Federation, Lisa said. And we need to prepare for the possibility that every human in space is now a target. Amy was still sensing the area around them. Captain, I think we have a bigger problem. What is it? The Kethmori ships are not just looking for us. They're moving toward Federation space. I think they're planning a major attack. Jake checked his instruments. She's right, I can detect at least 50 ships heading toward the Federation border. Lisa realized that the situation was much worse than they had thought. The Keth Mori were not just interested in capturing a few humans. They were planning to use the discovery of human abilities as an excuse to start a war. Set course for the Federation capital, she ordered. Maximum speed. Captain, if we leave the asteroid field, they'll detect us, Bobby warned. I know, Lisa said. But we have to warn the Federation. The fate of the galaxy might depend on it. As the Aurora left the safety of the asteroid field, the crew prepared for the most dangerous mission of their lives. They were no longer just representatives of humanity. They were the key to preventing a war that could destroy everything. They had worked to build. Amy stood at her post, using her resonance sensors to watch for danger. She could feel the Keth Mori ships in the distance, hunting for them like predators. They're coming, she said quietly. All of them. The race was on. The humans had to reach the Federation capital before the Keth Mori could capture them or start their war. And they had to do it using abilities they were still learning to understand. The galaxy was about to discover just how powerful humans could be when they were fighting for their survival. The dining hall at Crossroads Station was filled with representatives from 12 different species. The evening meal was meant to be a celebration of the new alliance with humanity. Colorful aliens sat around curved tables, sharing food, and stories. Captain Martinez sat between Dr. Zefkar and Ambassador Krylinex from the Peaceful Harmonic Collective. The atmosphere was friendly and relaxed. Musicians from different worlds played soft music that somehow blended together perfectly. Your species has brought new hope to the galaxy, Ambassador Krylinex said to Lisa. Her voice sounded like wind, chimes in a gentle breeze. The Federation has waited long for members who could bridge the gap between different peoples. Jake Thompson was at another table, demonstrating human technology to a group of curious aliens. Amy Rodriguez stood near the wall, watching the crowd with the eye of a professional security officer. Something is wrong, Amy said quietly to herself. She could not explain what she was feeling, but her resonance sensors were picking up something disturbing. Lisa felt it too. A subtle vibration in the station structure that should not have been there. She looked around the dining hall and saw that the other humans were also becoming alert. Dr. Zefkar, Lisa said quietly, I think we need to leave now. Why? What is wrong? The alien scientist asked. Before Lisa could answer, the lights in the dining hall flickered. The music stopped. Then Amy's voice cut through the silence. Everyone get down. The humans hit the floor just as the first explosion rocked the station. The dining hall shook violently. Plates and glasses crashed to the floor. The aliens looked around in panic, not understanding what was happening. Keth Mori attacked ships, Jake said, his ear pressed to the floor. I can hear their engines through the station hall. How many? Lisa asked. Too many, Amy replied. She was using her resonance sensors to detect the enemy forces. They're boarding the station. Multiple entry points. The station's alarm system finally activated. Red lights flashed, and an automated voice began giving evacuation instructions. But the humans were already moving. This way, Lisa said, leading the group toward the emergency exits. Her resonance sensors were mapping the station's layout, finding the safest routes away from the attack. Dr. Zefkar followed her, his skin flashing with frightened colors. How do you know where to go? He asked. I can feel the station's structure. Lisa explained as they ran. I can sense where it's damaged and where it's safe. Behind them, other aliens were struggling to evacuate. Their emergency procedures were slow and complicated. The humans moved with quick efficiency, their sensors guiding them through the chaos. Bobby-chan was helping a group of small, furry aliens when he suddenly stopped. There's a boarding party 3 corridors ahead, he said. They're setting up an ambush. How can you possibly know that? One of the aliens asked. I can hear their equipment, Bobby said. The electromagnetic signatures of their weapons. They're waiting for us. Amy took charge of the tactical situation. Jake, can you detect their communication frequencies? Jake closed his eyes and concentrated. Yes, they're using encrypted channels, but I can feel the carrier waves. They're coordinating their attack. Can you jam their signals? I think so. Jake pressed his hands against the wall. The station's communication array is just behind this panel. If I can access it ... Jake worked quickly, using his resonance. Sensors to interface with the station's systems in ways that should have been impossible. Within minutes, the Kethmori forces were having communication problems. That bought us some time, Amy said. But they'll adapt quickly. The group continued moving through the station. Lisa's navigation was perfect. She avoided damaged areas, found working elevators, and led them through maintenance tunnels that the attackers had not discovered. Captain Martinez, Dr. Zethkar, said as they paused at an intersection, your abilities are far beyond what we measured in the laboratory. The danger is bringing them out, Lisa said. Fear and adrenaline make the sensors stronger. Amy suddenly raised her hand for silence. Patrol coming. 6 soldiers, heavily armed. The aliens looked around nervously. They could see and hear nothing. But the humans were already preparing for combat. Where are they? Dr. Zethkar whispered. 2 corridors over, Amy said. There. Moving slowly, checking each room. Jake was listening to their equipment. They have scan detectors, but they're not finding us. Their technology can't see through our natural stealth. What stealth? Clicktel asked. We're unconsciously moving in ways that avoid their sensors, Amy explained. Our resonance sensors are telling us how to stay hidden. The Kethmori patrol passed within 30 feet of their location, but never detected them. The humans had somehow made themselves invisible to the enemy's instruments. Incredible, Dr. Zethkar breathed. You are natural ghost warriors. They reached the evacuation bay, where several escape pods were waiting. But as they approached, Amy held up her hand again. Trap, she said simply. There are soldiers hiding in the bay. How many? Lisa asked. 8, maybe 9. They're trying to stay very still, but I can sense their heartbeats. Lisa thought quickly. Bobby, can you override the bay's systems? Bobby touched the control panel. The controls are responding to me like they're part of my body. I can activate the emergency venting system. Do it. The bay's atmosphere began to vent into space. The hidden Kethmori soldiers were forced to reveal themselves as they grabbed for oxygen masks. But by then, the humans were already in motion. Amy moved through the soldiers like a dancer, her resonance sensors predicting their movements before they made them. She disabled their weapons without seriously injuring them. Your fighting style is unlike anything I have ever seen, Dr. Zethkar observed. I'm not fighting, Amy said. I'm just responding to what I feel. Their muscles tense before they move. Their breathing changes before they attack. I'm reacting to things they haven't done yet. The group boarded the escape pods. But as they prepared to launch, Jake detected something else. Captain, there's a massive energy buildup in the stations. Core, they're going to destroy the whole structure. How long do we have? Lisa asked. Minutes, maybe less. Lisa made a decision. Dr. Zethkar, take your people and launch immediately. We'll stay behind and try to stop them. That is suicide, the alien scientist protested. Maybe, Lisa said. But if they destroy this station, they'll blame humans for bringing war to the galaxy. We can't let that happen. The human team made their way toward the station's core. The corridors were filled with smoke and debris. Emergency lighting cast strange shadows on the walls. The charges are already set, Amy reported. But I can sense. The detonation device, It's in the main control room. They reached the control room to find General Vexter himself, standing at the detonation controls. His red eyes glowed with hatred when he saw them. "Humans," he snarled, "you have caused enough trouble. This station will be destroyed, and the Federation will blame your species for the attack. We won't let you do that," Lisa said. "You cannot." "Stop me," Vexter replied. "I have the detonation device. In 30 seconds, this station will be nothing but debris." Bobby was studying the room systems. "Captain, I can feel the station's power grid. If I can cause a feedback pulse through the main computer ... "Do it," Lisa ordered. Bobby placed his hands on the control panel. His resonance sensors connected with the station systems in ways that Vexter could not understand. The general watched in confusion as the human seemed to merge with the machinery. "What are you doing?" Vexter demanded. "I'm talking to the station," Bobby said, "and it's listening." The lights in the control room began to pulse in rhythm with Bobby's heartbeat. The computer systems responded to his commands before he even gave them. Within moments, he had created a feedback loop that disabled the detonation device. "Impossible," Vexter said. "No one can interface with our technology like that." "Your technology is based on quantum mechanics," Jake explained. "Our resonance sensors let us detect and manipulate quantum fields directly." Amy was monitoring the situation throughout the station. "The bombs are disarmed. The station is safe." General Vexter looked at the humans with a mixture of fear and respect. "You are more dangerous than we thought," he said. "We're not dangerous," Lisa replied. "We're just different. And we're not going to let you use our differences to start a war." Federation security forces arrived and arrested the Kethmori attackers. The station was saved, but the event had changed everything. The galaxy had seen what humans could do when they worked together. Dr. Zethkar found the human team in the aftermath of the battle. "You saved us all," he said. "But you also revealed the full extent of your abilities." "We did what we had to do," Lisa said. "The question now is what happens next." Amy was looking out at the stars. "They'll come back," she said. "The Kethmori won't give up. And other species will want to test us too." "Then we'll be ready," Lisa said. "We're not just explorers anymore. We're protectors of the peace." The battle at Crossroads Station was over, but the war for the galaxy's future was just beginning. The humans had proven themselves in combat, but they had also shown that they could be the key to a new age of galactic cooperation. As the damaged station began repairs, the human team prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. They were no longer just visitors to the galaxy. They were its newest guardians. The Great Hall of the Federation Council was buzzing with activity. Representatives from hundreds of worlds had gathered to discuss the events at Crossroads Station. The attack by the Kethmori Empire had shocked the galaxy, but the human response had amazed everyone. Captain Martinez stood at the center of the hall, feeling the weight of countless eyes upon her. Her resonance sensors were picking up the emotions of every being in the room. Curiosity, fear, hope, and excitement all mixed together. "The floor recognizes Captain Lisa Martinez of Earth," announced Speaker Veltar, an ancient being whose species had founded the Federation centuries ago. "Captain, please tell us what happened at Crossroads Station." Lisa took a deep breath. "Honorable delegates, 3 days ago we learned something important about humanity. We discovered that our species has natural abilities that we never understood before." She gestured to her team. Jake Thompson and Amy Rodriguez stood nearby, along with Bobby Chun and Dr. Zethkar. Dr. Zethkar studied us and found that humans have what he calls resonance sensors. These sensors let us detect things that most technology cannot find. A delegate from the Crystal Worlds raised a glowing appendage. "Can you give us an example?" Amy stepped forward. "I can sense the bioelectric fields of every person in this room. I know that the delegate from Sector 7 has a medical implant that is not working properly. The representative from the Void colonies is feeling worried about her children back home, and there is someone in the upper gallery who is recording this meeting illegally. Security forces immediately moved to the upper gallery and found a Kethmori spy with recording equipment. The delegates murmured with amazement and concern. These abilities helped us save Crossroads Station, Lisa continued, but they also make us targets. The Kethmori Empire wants to capture humans and use our senses for military purposes. Dr. Zethkar spoke next. Honorable delegates, I have studied many species in my career, but humans are unique. Their resonance sensors evolved over millions of years. They cannot be copied or artificially created. Humans are irreplaceable. The delegate from the warrior clans stood up. His people were known for their military skills. If humans are so valuable in combat, why should we not recruit them as soldiers? Because we are not weapons, Lisa said firmly. We are explorers and peacemakers. Our abilities work best when we use them to help others, not to harm them. Jake stepped forward. During the battle, I was able to interfere with enemy communications. But I also used the same skills to coordinate our evacuation. The same sensors that detect danger can also detect opportunities for cooperation. Speaker Veltar nodded slowly. The question before us is clear. How do we protect humanity while benefiting from their unique gifts? The debate continued for hours. Some delegates wanted to hide humanity from the galaxy until the Kethmori threat was ended. Others wanted to study humans and try to develop similar technology. A few suggested using humans as a military force against the Empire. Finally, Ambassador Krillinex from the Harmonic Collective spoke. Perhaps we are thinking about this wrong, she said in her musical voice. Instead of trying to use humans, why not learn from them? What do you mean? Asked the speaker. Humans survived on their world because they could sense danger and opportunity. They developed these abilities through cooperation, not conflict. Maybe they can teach the rest of us to work together better. Dr. Zethkar's skin flashed with excited colors. The ambassador is correct. Human resonance sensors work best when they are helping their community. When Captain Martinez saved the station, she was not thinking about combat. She was thinking about protecting everyone on board. Lisa felt a surge of hope. We want to share what we've learned, not just about our sensors, but about how to use natural abilities for peace instead of war. The speaker called for a vote. The proposal is to offer full Federation membership to humanity, with the understanding that they will serve as advisors on cooperation and early warning systems. All in favor? The vote was overwhelming. Only a few delegates abstained, and none voted against the proposal. After the council session, Lisa and her team met with Federation Admiral Kulenth to discuss the practical details of their new role. We want to create mixed crews on all Federation ships, the Admiral explained. Human sensors combined with our technology could make our fleet much more effective. But not for war, Lisa insisted. For exploration and peacekeeping. Of course, the Admiral agreed. Though I suspect that a well-prepared peacekeeping force is less likely to face conflict than a weak one. Over the following weeks, humans began working throughout the Federation fleet. Jake Thompson partnered with alien communication specialists to develop new translation systems. His resonance sensors could detect the emotional content of alien languages, making communication much more accurate. Amy Rodriguez established training programs for mixed crews. She taught aliens how to recognize and trust human instincts, while learning how alien logic could support human intuition. Bobby Chun worked with engineering teams across the galaxy. His ability to interface directly with quantum systems revolutionized ship design. Vessels began to run more efficiently and break down less often. But the most important changes were happening on a personal level. As humans and aliens worked together, they began to understand each other in new ways. I never realized how much I was missing, Dr. Zethkar told Lisa during one of their research sessions. Your species sees connections that we cannot detect. Working with humans has made me a better scientist. And working with you has made us better humans, Lisa replied. Your logical approach helps us understand our own abilities. We're stronger together than either of us could be alone. The new Alliance faced its first major test when a Kethmori battle fleet attacked the Meridian system. The mixed human-alien crew of the Federation ship Harmony responded to the distress call. Captain Lisa Martinez now commanded the Harmony, with Dr. Zethkar as her science officer and Amy Rodriguez as her security chief. The ship's crew included beings from 12 different species, all working together. Kethmori's ships detected, reported the Cetacean navigator from his water-filled station. 23 vessels approaching the colony world. Amy closed her eyes and reached out with her senses. There's something else. I can feel a larger ship hidden behind the planet's moon. Confirmed, said Jake from his communication station. I'm detecting quantum signatures from a massive dreadnought. It's using some kind of advanced cloaking system. Lisa made her decision quickly. All ships, this is the Harmony. We have enemy forces hiding behind the moon. Adjust your formation accordingly. The Federation fleet moved into position. But instead of attacking immediately, Lisa opened a channel to the Kethmori commander. General Vexter, this is Captain Martins. You are outnumbered and surrounded. Surrender now and your forces will be treated fairly. Vexter's image appeared on the screen. His red eyes burned with hatred. You think your tricks will work twice, human? I have learned about your abilities. I have prepared countermeasures. Then you know that we don't want to fight, Lisa said. But we will protect the innocent people on that planet. The planet will be ours, Vexter snarled. And you will be captured and brought to our laboratories. The channel closed, and the battle began. But this time, the Federation was ready. Human sensors detected every Kethmori movement before it happened. Jake intercepted their communications and fed false information back to them. Amy coordinated defensive patterns that seemed to anticipate every attack. Bobby worked with the ship's alien engineers to create quantum interference patterns that disabled enemy weapons. The Harmony fought like a living being, responding to threats with perfect timing. Their coordination is impossible, Vexter said to his officers. How are they doing this? The humans, sir, his intelligence officer replied. They're sharing information faster than our computers can process it. Then we will target the humans specifically, Vexter ordered. But that strategy failed too. The mixed crews protected each other instinctively. When Kethmori forces tried to isolate human officers, their alien colleagues moved to support them. When aliens were threatened, humans used their sensors to guide rescue operations. The battle ended with the surrender of the Kethmori fleet. Not a single Federation ship was lost, and civilian casualties were minimal. How did you do it? Vexter asked when he was brought aboard the Harmony as a prisoner. We worked together, Lisa said simply. That's something your empire never learned how to do. In the months that followed, word of the Federation's new capabilities spread throughout the galaxy. Some hostile species chose to negotiate rather than fight. Others abandoned their aggressive plans entirely. The Harmony became the flagship of a new kind of fleet, ships crewed by beings from many worlds, all learning to combine their unique abilities for the common good. Dr. Zithkar published his complete research on human resonance sensors, but he also wrote about something more important, the way humans use their gifts to build communities, rather than destroy them. Humans are remarkable, not because they have superior senses, he wrote, but because they use those senses to help others. They have shown us that true strength comes from cooperation, not domination. Lisa stood on the bridge of the Harmony, looking out at the stars. Her crew was working around her, humans and aliens together, each contributing their unique skills to the mission of exploration and peace. Jake approached her with a communication from Earth. "Captain, we're receiving requests from over 200 worlds that want human advisors. Everyone wants to learn how to build cooperative communities." "And what did you tell them?" Lisa asked. "That will help anyone who genuinely wants to learn," Jake replied. "But they have to understand that cooperation can't be forced. It has to grow naturally." Amy joined them at the viewing window. "I'm sensing something interesting," she said. "There are other species out there with abilities similar to ours. They've been hiding because they were afraid of being exploited. Maybe it's time for them to come forward," Lisa suggested. "Now that the galaxy has learned to value cooperation over conquest." Dr. Zethkar's voice came over the communication system. "Captain, we're receiving a signal from an unknown species in the Outer Rim. They say they have been watching us and want to make contact." Lisa smiled. The discovery of human resonance sensors had changed the galaxy in ways they never expected. Instead of creating a new weapon, they had started a new age of cooperation and understanding. "Set course for the Outer Rim," she ordered. "Let's go meet our new friends." As the Harmony turned toward unknown space, Lisa reflected on how far they had come. Humans had joined the galactic community not as conquerors or servants, but as partners in building a better future for all species. The resonance sensors that had once been humanity's secret had become the foundation for a new kind of civilization, one based on understanding, cooperation, and the recognition that every species had something valuable to contribute. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, and humanity was finally ready to explore it with friends by their side.